Hey folks, Drew Morgan, East Alabama Fly Fishing, here to talk to you about what kind of gear you're going to need if you go on a trip with us on the Tallapoosa River. You don't need a whole lot of fancy fly fishing equipment. Your normal fly rod, your normal fly reel is fine. What I've got here is actually an 8-weight fly rod. It does really well if you're fishing for spotted bass, largemouth bass, striped bass. It's a heavier weight fly rod. I always like to have an 8-weight on the boat with me, just in case the spotted bass bites good, or if in the spring the striper bites real good. You'll definitely want a heavier weight rod. For sunfish, long ear sunfish, red breast sunfish, you're definitely going to want a lighter weight rod, which we always have those on the boat too. I enjoy using a 3-weight rod for brim and for redeye, which is a smaller weight rod, but it really puts a big bend in it when you catch a fish, and it really makes any fish feel like a monster, and it's a lot of fun. A good medium, if you don't want to get 2 rods, if you just wanted to get 1 rod and be set, I definitely say a 5 or 6 weight rod. A 5 or 6 weight rod is kind of middle of the road, medium. It's going to make those redeye bass feel like monsters, but it's also going to handle a 3-pound spot. And that's a really good. As far as reel goes, you don't have to have a fancy reel. A reel on a fly rod, all it really does is hold your line. And so, especially if you're just fishing for redeye or brim, that kind of thing, you just want any kind of reel you can purchase at any store around here just to hold your line. Now, for striper, you're going to want a reel with a large arbor. So this is a large arbor reel. Which is going to improve the drag. You want a reel with good drag, because they're going to take the drag out a little bit more, and you want to be able to have that for your fish. As far as flies go, this fly is called a stealth bomber, and it's a pretty popular. Well, I'll say popular. It works pretty good on this river. It doesn't look like much. A lot of people ask me all the time, what does that imitate? Well, the beauty of it is it imitates a lot of different things. This is a white one, which can imitate shad busting the surface. It can imitate this shape kind of imitates a dragonfly. It can imitate a frog. The neat thing about it is there's a loop of foam on the back, and when you strip it and it dives underwater, that pulls air underwater with it. It makes a lot of commotion. So this is a really cool fly that we use. Your other basic flies, any kind of popper, woolly booger, Clouser minnow, deceiver, they all work. For striper, we have a fly called the Game Changer, which I tie. And if you come on a trip, I provide all the flies. You don't really have to worry about that. But if you tie and you want to tie up some for the trip, that's what you could do. If you want to know more information about flies, equipment, gear, even the water that we fish, go to eastalabamaflyfishing.com, and everything's there for you. My email's there. If you have questions about gear, if you have questions on flies, email me. I love talk, just to talk fishing. So I'd love to do that.